I brought you a video talking about CRO coin yesterday, and I was saying that we were looking kind of overbought around these levels. We did come up and push up, and then subsequently we had a bit of a cool off. However, it has come back much more aggressively than I anticipated, thinking that it would perhaps have a little bit of a push further down towards the downside. So are we going to be able to continue to push on to these highs that we saw yesterday at 0.93, which are very close right now, or what is happening in the CRO price? So first of all, let's have a look at what we can see here. Now, obviously, we can see, first of all, that we had this dip here, which corresponds to this previous high here, and we can probably work out what that is if we bring up the Fibonacci tool. Now, bringing from this swing high down to the previous swing low, we can see that yesterday we came all the way down. We did find and never had a close below the all-time high, previous all-time high, but we did wick down towards this 0.786. However, what you can see right now, guys, is we are pushing on towards the 1.618, which every time we have a blue sky breakout should be pretty much our target, because more often than not, that is where we get to when we have these crazy parabolic runs. But notice if we look down at the RSI that we are still in overbought territory, which doesn't necessarily have to mean too much always in crypto space, because we can pump, but bearing in mind the harder we pump up, the quicker we'll come down. Now, one thing I want to bring up, guys, and this is because literally yesterday I had someone write on my comments that they were going to be rich holding CRO, and that's cool, you might be in the long run, but I just want to draw your attention to what we see here, where it says euphoria, I'm a genius, we're all going to be rich. I'm not saying that we're at the top of the cycle or anything like that, but I've seen it time and time again in Solana and everything like that, where you see people coming in on the comments saying, you know, it's going to be massive, it's going to be worth X in this amount of time. That might be true, but what I'm trying to say right now is when we have these pumps, this is when we are in the belief, thrill, euphoria phase, when actually what comes next is usually a bit of a cool off. And then this is actually when we want to be accumulating, guys, okay? Obviously, we're looking at this as if it's a long-term market cycle, but this could be just a short-term. This could be a couple of weeks, maybe even less. A few weeks ago, I told people, Solana holders, when we were up at euphoria, that it was going to crash, and about 20 minutes after I made the video, it dumped about 38%. So bearing in mind, guys, you know, just be careful when you are looking at high prices like this. There will be always a chance to buy at lower prices, but let's have a look at price targets for CRO then. Okay, guys, as you can see, we are breaking through here, and I think realistically speaking, we are going to be pushing up to the 1.618, which is at $0.96. Now, I did say yesterday we had a bearish convergence forming here, but what's significant to look at here is if we draw from this top all the way across here, we can see literally as we speak that we are touching on this line here, and we appear to be able to break out. If we can break out of here, guys, on the RSI at least, that will show that we are going to be due a bit more of a continuation. Now, I don't think in terms of the upside versus the potential downside risk, I'm talking the short term, not the long term, guys. I believe that, you know, it would be surprising indeed if we were able to push above 1.618, which in terms of percentages is not more than about 6% more. Whereas obviously if we have a cool off down to the downside, then we will be pushing down towards these levels. This is where 1.618 just come just under $1 as well. When we have these nice round numbers, especially in sort of newer coins, they do tend to be kind of targets that people have in mind that they might be selling at. Those people who maybe bought at like 10 cents, 20 cents, who thinking that they might kind of sell or offload a bit at the $1 level. Also, what we can see, if we take from this swing high and we drop it across there, we can also see a nice smooth line there, which yesterday I did think we were in a smaller ascending channel, but we are actually in probably a bit of a broader ascending channel, but there's nothing too surprising or shocking about this. And as we look, the channel we can see is kind of narrowing together, where we will have to make some sort of a decision. So I think realistically speaking, this is on the 1 hour in this next period of time, which is probably over the next sort of 8 hours or so, that we will probably be touching along the top line here. And once we have a top touch above here, it will surprise me indeed if we're able to break above it. It's more likely that we might wick out, hit the 1.618, and then push back down for a retest at these sort of lower levels along here. If we do break out lower levels down here, guys, then, you know, potentially we could be pushing further, but I'll bring you an update before that happens, unless it happens very, very quickly without us realizing. Okay, so be very cautious in this area, guys. Take care, and I will see you again later with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.